Thank you very much. For sure, we are not coming here for holidays. We have to play a match, and although both teams are qualified yet already, it's still a football match which we have to respect, and with the best possible performance. Because first of all, they're coming people to watch a game. They pay money to watch it, and I think we have to show respect to everybody who is a football lover and a football fan, who invests his time, his money to come to a match, that we bring our best possible performance. On the other side, the group is not decided yet. Yeah, we know the first place is not yet guaranteed to any team, and I think both teams can play without any pressure because they are both qualified. So it could be a little bit a more exciting game than usual. On the other side, we have to respect also the opponents, yeah? And so we take the game serious, the match serious. There's also FIFA. The FIFA ranking will be also affected by such games. We lost a few points in the FIFA rank because we sent a development team to the Chan, which also counts for the FIFA ranking, and there we get some minus points. And so we want to make there also, we want to stay unbeaten in the qualification. So there's a lot, I think, to play for an exciting game.
Walter?
Thank you, Mike and Nees. I've been reading through some online media houses back at home in Harare. There's a lot of excitement about this game coming to play in Yaoundé. And in the first leg game, we had this 0-0 tie with a lot of courage and I would say maybe arrogance from a guy like Biliat. How do you explain this excitement back home in Harare about this game in Yaoundé?
Look, in Zimbabwe they're always excited about football, not only about this match. And if you would have been witnessing the match in Polokwane now, there was a huge excitement. It comes from the fact that Zimbabwe is a real football country. If we would play this match tomorrow in Harare and we would have a stadium of 100,000 people, it would be packed. You could be sure. Not even against Cameroon, even against a very small nation, it would be packed. So the excitement comes from the fact that really Zimbabwe is a real football country. Then you must know, with the FIFA ban and COVID before, so there was many years not even a home match in Zimbabwe. So the people are thirsty and hungry for football. And then the performances before I came was a little bit shaky, and especially in the World Cup qualification, and so it looks like we could turn the things around, and that explains the excitement. The people love football, as you do in Cameroon, and that makes the game so interesting.
And then
Okay, good. My name is Andre Theophile Some from Lactus newspaper. You are here alone without your captain or any other player. Is there any explanation for this? Or is in your coach now?
Which I'm alone. I don't think I'm alone here. We have our captain here. It's Marvelous Nakamba, and Marshall Munetsi is actually the assistant captain, you could say, also a leader on the pitch. He was released from the squad. I had already discussion before the international break with their coach. He got a knock on the thigh in the training week before he came there. Nothing serious, but then he got a knock again on the match on the same spot. He would have come with us if it would have been a decisive match. But Marshall is a big fighter, and he goes always over the limit, and we accepted that request not to take any risks, because it doesn't make sense to risk a player when you're already qualified. Yeah? and that is the reason. I think in your team it will be the same case. If a player is 50-50, I don't think he will. No, I thought you asked about our
No.
Marshall Munetsi. He's the vice captain, so I misunderstood. He's not with us, and I just explained the reason why. So I already answered another question. Maybe the next person would have had. So the thing is just our bus driver was not available, and we couldn't depart in time. And so we had to depart very late. I don't know if he had a siesta or so, or there was a miscommunication, but he was not there and we couldn't depart. And we only have 1 hour training session in the final session. If you would give us 1 hour 15 minutes, then he would be here. But that is not a regulation, so I cannot sacrifice a player not warming up and then getting injured because of that. So you have to speak to the organizing bus company or so, something like that. A simple reason. Yeah?
Coach, congratulations for your qualification. No? You have qualified for the AFCON already.
Yes, thank you very much.
So today is about more than 50 years that Cameroon have not lose in any match on this stadium here in Yaoundé.
Okay.
And what makes you think that you can do it tomorrow?
First of all, this is the first time I hear it, that this historical facts. Well, we have to give our best. As I said again before, we have a responsibility when we play football to give our best. People pay money, people come. It's also a football country, Cameroon. We had games like in Uganda and in Johannesburg where no spectators were basically allowed, or it's a bit boring. It's like COVID times, and we appreciate any person who's coming to attend a match and see us. And we are very excited for that. Yeah, we play a big team in Africa. We are not scared. You have, but we also can play football, as we demonstrated in the first game in Uganda. And let's see how the match will go tomorrow. Hopefully, an exciting game for all the people attending, and the better team should win.
Coach, before your arrival, your team was a bit down. You came and changed the spirit of the team. What is the secret behind this? Second question, Coach, tomorrow you are playing at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium, as my brother Javedi did mention. The stadium is going to be booming from the first minute to the last second. What is the message to your boys when you play on this kind of pitch? Thank you.
Okay, can you just, the first question was...
First question, the Zimbabwe was down before you arrived.
Okay, yes.
What is the secret behind the change?
I came middle of August, so I cannot really comment what was before. I can only observe and analyze from a distance and speak to people, but I didn't experience it firsthand. So, in fact, there's no secret in football. It's you must just work hard. Everybody needs to be pulled on one string, because it's not only about a coach, it's about the team behind the team and administration, and everybody needs to pull on one string in terms of organization of the players to come to the team, to the travel now, the away match, to the analysis, and so on and so on. So there's so much to do, and I think when I came, I was supported. Yes. I didn't feel any interference. With the staff, I never worked before. From the first day, we said, come, let's give everything. I had to open myself up, and they had to open themselves up towards me. So we had to give trust to each other without knowing each other. And sometimes in life, if you open yourselves up, you make new friends, you make new experiences, positive ones, not sometimes also negative, but in this case it was very positive. And I think we developed very quickly a team spirit. as everybody had the feeling in the team, on the pitch, off the pitch, that everybody gives the best, her best. And I think that's, if you want to say that's a secret, but in fact it's not a secret. I think it's basic principles in life.
Yeah, the second question.
Second question.
A
what?
message to your boys when you play in Yaoundé.
Tomorrow for
Yes,
the
yes,
match.
tomorrow, yeah.
You said it's packed, right? And yeah, it's nice. They enjoy it. As I said before, the COVID times are luckily over. It was a bit boring during that time, and they're looking forward to it. The more people, the better.
Just few minutes before you came in, the coach of Cameroon, Mark Presse, said Zimbabwe will plays really fast game, and I want to understand if you know an idea already of the playing style of Cameroon. Seemingly, you are yet to face them. Secondly, I want to know if you are in Cameroon, it's more like a battle for superiority in the team. Are you in Cameroon for merrymaking since you grabbed your qualification ticket, or you are in Cameroon to stay at the top of Group J? Thank you very much.
Well, the pace of the game depends on many factors. We have good footballers, yes. And when we played Cameroon in Uganda, it was a very good stadium with a very good pitch, evening game with a wetted pitch where the ball was flowing very fast. In some stadiums, you cannot do that. The pitch conditions will determine the pace of the game. I will see now in a few minutes when I'm on the pitch if this is applicable. If it's a bumpy pitch, you will not see a fluent passing game from either side. That's in the nature of the things. And actually, how can I say? Our team is a good football team. They are good, skillful players, and they maybe are physically not as strong as the Cameroonians, but in football you need a good mixture, not only big men. You need a few big men, a few smaller men, a few lightweighted, a little bit more with body mass, and if you have a good balance, a good mixture, then I think it's a good team.
Monica, it's okay.
Bonsoir, je suis Monica Nkodo de Cameroon Tribune. Monica Nkodo from Cameroon Tribune is a print media. So you have a very direct and attacking style of play, and to apply it well, you have to win the midfield battle. And Cameroon like to control this part of the pitch. So how will you approach the match in this area tomorrow?
Well, Cameroon is a strong team. They're at home. They are on the other side. They are also rested. If you consider they played on Wednesday, they had 2 days more rest. Plus a charter flight. We were 35 hours traveling here, arrived yesterday in a fatigue state. So basically you have all the advantages from a physical point of view against us. But what we'll do, we just have to play our game, try to take on, not to be scared. We also have players who play in good teams, don't get me wrong. They're not afraid of anything, and they showed in the game in Uganda that they can play on that level. Actually, it was a very good 0-0 there. A real good one. It could have ended also 2-2. And I think it was a fair result, but in a very good and fast football match. So let's see. I cannot give you some tactical insights there, but of course we have to take on the fight. We have to get our legs fresh until tomorrow to be able to move, and then we will see.